What is up, people?
This week, we're continuing our off-grid shop build.
What color do you think Dada should paint it? Pink.
Things are about to get real. Oh.
This small structure is going to serve as our first foothold as we develop this wild 2.5 acres in the Smoky Mountains of North Carolina.
I really just cannot believe that we own this place now. We can do whatever we want with it.
I've never built anything like this before, and my wife, my dad, and I are learning as we go.
We gotta slide it back.
Wow, that was powerful.
Whoa. Bye, hat.
One step at a time, we're slowly transforming this wild piece of land into our home. And I'm learning the skills that I'll need to eventually build our own house.
Woo!
Last week, I installed house wrap as well as my first window ever.
Praise the Lord.
This week, we finished the second window, and my dad teaches me how to build a beautiful custom barn door out of cedar.
That is a very smooth cut.
We also make progress on power generation and tool storage.
Look at that beauty.
And we get to experience some of the benefits and challenges of living in a small mountain town. Big thanks to Surfshark for sponsoring this video.
So we are in town and I've got my mom and dad visiting. You want to go whitewater kayaking?
No, it's too cold.
So we're just showing my mom around. We are gonna go grab some breakfast. So we were heading to the bakery, which is also very good. All right, so the bakery is closed today. We totally forgot that Tuesdays are like a no-go day.
No.
But we did run into our friend Molly. Hi, Molly.
Hello. So when the bakery is closed Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I do a pop-up here and I have my charm bar and my candles.
Oh, buddy.
Molly was the very first person I met in Bryson City. And she has introduced me to 70% of the town.
If you guys ever needed anything, you'd be amazed at the people that will come out of the woodworks to help you out.
Yeah, cool.
Like it's a great little place.
That's awesome.
So my YouTube channel is Good Golly Gal. I do a lot of crafts.
Okay, well, thanks, Molly. We'll see you. There's one breakfast shop that I know for a fact is open, so let's go get some food. Everyone's getting hungry. So what do you think?
Looking good. You made a lot of progress.
Yeah, try the window, big guy.
No, it's open.
Oh my gosh, I left it open. Okay, big guy, you want to learn how to install a window?
Sure.
All right, so now we're ready to dry fit the window. So it's gonna rest on these two pencils. And that was a trick I learned from the Perkin brothers. These are exactly 1/4 inch thick. Seems like it fits well. How's it on your side?
It fits well and very evenly.
We didn't mess it up, that's good. So we'll put some sealant on. So yeah, we'll get it in and then just make sure that the gap is even everywhere.
Down onto the pencils. Okay, now push it in.
All right, hold it. I'm gonna go get the level. It's a little cockeyed, so I'm gonna come this way just a tad. Yeah, so I'm gonna put one nail in down here. Perfect.
A little ventilation in here, feels good.
Yeah, it smells good. Nice. Okay, so get to try a new toy today. This is our new siding nailer. I'm gonna use it for all the siding on the shed, on the workshop, on the house. As I understand it, you can use it to nail the flanges of windows, I think. We'll find out. That did not work. Yeah, that worked. You know what it smells like? Those old cap guns. Man, this is going so much faster than when I was doing it by hand. For those of you who actually know about this sort of thing, I'm very curious. This is what I understand is what you should use on a flange like this. These are roofing nails. They've got the bigger head, but these are a pain in the butt to nail in here. Is using siding nails that don't have such big heads, is that okay? Is using any nailer a bad idea and I should just do it by hand? People who know this sort of thing, let me know in the comments. And in other news, I did a much better job with the sealant this time.
It's amazing you get better after just one window.
Yeah. Okay, window number 2, finished. That thing is sweet. Okay, so the next step is going to be building the door. We've got a lot to do otherwise, like we still need to do the siding and we still need to do the roof, but I'm not gonna have any of those materials for at least another week. It's probably the best next step anyway, because the minute that that door is finished, we can actually use this shed to like securely store our tools. My dad designed the door. I think it's gonna look super awesome. We're gonna varnish it so it's gonna be beautiful. So yeah, let's do it. We're gonna build it out of cedar. My dad already has all that cedar here, so we're gonna get started on it. Hold on. The staple is what was touching.
Oh, you stapled yourself?
Yeah, without a staple.
Oh, geez.
Oh, dude, that was ridiculous.
We've got 2 doors for the shed. They're gonna be made out of cedar. There's gonna be 6 vertical planks and then a barn door type front to it. And there's gonna be a dado for each one. And that dado is for a couple of reasons. One is to improve the glue line to make it stronger, but also to allow for, if there is any shrinkage in the cedar, you won't get any gaps.
So we got our dados. They're looking very good. And correction, we now think they're called rabbits, not dados. All right, what are we looking at, big guy? What's the plan?
Well, we got the gluing station set up here. So we're dry fitting everything. Just make sure that the setup's right before we put the glue on. As you can see here, cedar is a little bit like the framing material that we bought. It's not as dimensionally stable as, say, oak or maple, cherry, stuff like that. And so we have some areas that are bowed. Through the dry fit process, you can make sure that can cinch in.
Those joints look like they're gonna work out.
And then to take care of any rough edges here, we just take a couple of wooden cauls and put them on, and it looks good. So I think we're ready for gluing. So what we'll do is we'll just pour the glue on there and we'll just brush it on nice and even. So you want it on where the glue is, plus up.
Both.
Yeah. Ready? That's good. Undo the clamp. Just take this first one, take it over there and put it on this one.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna even everything up on this side.
This isn't perfect, right? We're gonna cut it a little.
Yes, we can cut it a lot.
Then that's great. Yeah, like that helped. Do you think that's it?
Our first glue up.
Okay, I'm back at the property, and man, I'm so glad to be here. I've been stuck working on the computer a lot lately. You may remember that our daughter Isabella has a somewhat rare medical condition, and it's a bit of a long story, but her medical team has recommended that we shoot up to Boston to get a kind of advanced scan done. So I've been hunting for flights, and in the process, I've been using Surfshark VPN a lot, which is actually the sponsor of today's episode. Basically, Surfshark can change your virtual location, which can do a lot of things for you, but for me, it's been helping me find better deals on these flights. A lot of websites will actually show you totally different prices based on where they think you're browsing from. So by changing my virtual location using Surfshark, I can check prices based on several different locations, sometimes saving a ton of money. It also blocks a bunch of ads and pop-ups that come up when I'm scouring the internet. It's one subscription that covers all of our devices, and it just works in the background. So go to surfshark.com/Atticus or use code Atticus at checkout to get 4 extra months of Surfshark VPN. Plus they offer a 30-day money-back guarantee, so there's no risk in just trying it out. Cool, so the layup is done, and I think it looks really good. I think this is gonna be a killer table. Or a door, it's gonna be a door. We've made so many tables. I'm like, isn't this a table? But yeah, I think all of the clamping that we did worked out. I'm happy with it. The joints are not perfect, but they're pretty darn good for what we're doing. But yeah, and during the gluing, a truck rolled up that looked just like my dad's truck. And we're expecting my mom and Desiree to come join us today. And so we like glanced over and like, oh, they're here. And then we kept going and we realized it wasn't them. Oh, that's not, And it was the people from the county from the 911 addressing department, because I've applied for an address. And Oso jumped into their car, which was hilarious. They were super friendly. Oh, so you are too funny, dude. And anyway, they got what they needed and they left, and then they came back and asked if they could take a picture of our view.
Hey, sir.
Yeah.
Do you care if we take a picture?
Yeah, go for it.
Real pretty up here.
Yeah, absolutely. Which I think that's crazy, because these people for a living go to undeveloped lots day in, day out, and they get to ours and they're like, we need to take a picture. This is so beautiful. Anyway, I thought that was pretty cool, man. I feel like we have a very special property. How's it going, buddy?
Good. Scarlett does not like cars. So
Yeah.
it was like white knuckling, like, it's okay, we're almost there. She's just like, wow.
Here, come on, let's go over here. I'll show you.
Yeah, go see what we're doing. Isabella, that's Cedar.
The baby likes the shed. Yeah. Where's the window? That's the big door. That's a window right there.
Yeah, go look at it, buddy.
Say good job, Dada.
Thank you, Isabella.
What color do you think Dada should paint it? Pink. Pink? Wow.
Look at those two. Oh, that's nice. What do you think, Mom?
It's beautiful. This is like looking at a picture on the wall.
Give me that baby. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. Where is she? Quack, 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 quack. Follow Mom. Quack, 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 quack. I gotcha. You're a good ducky.
So, we got a sweet new thing. This is a Honda 3200i. This is capable of powering the travel trailer. So it's got a 30 amp connection. When we move onto the property with the travel trailer, if power goes out, we can use this to power the air conditioning, to power the trailer, everything, right? And in fact, we could use our Blue Eddy batteries to do that too, and then just top it up every now and then using the generator. So it's a really foolproof system, right? I love the whole like having a big battery pack plus a reliable generator. I'm super pumped about this thing. I've always wanted a Honda generator, never really had a good reason of buying one, and so now's the time. Let's fire this bad boy up. Okay, I think the battery's getting power. Pretty sweet, huh, big guy?
Very sweet. Hondas are good. They start up first time every time.
All right, looks like our excavator might be here. I see a big old truck with some heavy equipment, so we might be starting excavation soon. This is super exciting, man. How are you, buddy?
Good, you?
Dude, exciting, man. Look at that thing. Things are about to get real. I am so pumped.
We had originally talked about doing 30 feet roughly, which is, you know, kind of to those trees over there. And now, I mean, honestly, I'd love to do double that if it ends up being economical. So yeah, if we were to go 60, 70 feet, roughly how many days? Like super roughly?
Probably 5. If I got another guy here with a dozer too, we should be able to move the dirt pretty quick. It's gonna be getting the brush off this, getting it navigated, get the root mat off there, and also this front where we're gonna actually put the dirt. You got a pretty good bench. It's already kind of natural. I'd still want to get the junk off of it, get the stump if we can without making too big of a mess.
Have you like given any thought to how I might be able to help you guys?
Well, if we're running a skid steer up here, have you ever run a skid steer?
No.
Okay. If we're running dirt down there, we can, you know, that's something you could easily do.
Dude, I'll run and dump, man. I can do that. That is definitely a first for Oso. He's like, what the hell? I cannot wait to see that thing just chew into this. That's gonna be so cool to see.
Yeah. Keys are in it, like I said.
Dude!
Don't hit the shed. I don't want to build you another shed, so don't hit it. I gotta get back to some other jobs.
All right, okay, see you, dude. Have a good one. It's gonna be real heavy, so. There you go, big guy. Working smarter. Yeah, look at that beauty. So it's a toolbox. I don't know, man. There's just something about having a space for everything, and it's quick to access. All my tools, all my camera gear. This is gonna go here in the shed, and this is gonna be awesome. Okay, so next step with the door here is we're going to build the door frame. What you're looking at is all rough framing. And so with a door, we need that opening to be pretty darn perfect because the door is going to be pretty darn perfect. And so we are going to build a frame that will allow us to use materials that are more perfect and to use techniques that will be more perfect. So we're going to measure and cut these pieces and start putting it together. So it's 64 1/8. Yeah, we can shave a little. We're happy with that. Sweet. I'm happy with the level at the top. I'm happy with the spacing at the top. Jeez Louise. This one cracked, big guy.
So definitely made a mistake here. You can see I cracked the edge of this board here. I probably should have nailed a little bit further down. And then also I didn't put spacers behind this, which I actually didn't need it because this top piece like pushes against the side of the rough opening, but really just to give some meat where the nail's gonna go through so there isn't a gap, I think that would have been a good thing. The fact that we made that mistake on the shed is actually a good thing because I learned something from this, so cool. So now I'm using these shims, which are basically little wedges of wood, and like one side is thick, one side is really thin, and I can put them into the gaps going against each other like this. And so as I slide them together, the thickness of both of the wedges increases and increases incrementally until they hold just right. And so that's how I'm going to be making this frame exactly perfect. All right, so that is in place. I'm going to shim down here, shim over here. So I'm gonna measure to the halfway point. Okay, 30 3/4, there we go. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna go to 30 3/4 down here. I want to make sure that this entire frame is square. So I know that the top is totally level, and I know that it's totally straight. I know that the gaps on the sides are right where I want them to be because these dados are exactly a 1/2 inch. So next, I wanna make sure that the bottom shifts left to right in a way that makes this entire frame perfectly square. So the way I'll do that is I'll use the laser level to make sure that the middle line here lines up with the middle line there when using the laser level when that line is perfectly plumb. Okay, so you can see that the laser is lined up pretty much if I cover it, you can see that's the line. Laser's dead nuts on it. And so if you look down here, you'll see that the laser is quite a bit off of the line. So basically, I'm going to have to shift the bottom of this frame that way until the laser and the line match up. The way I'm going to do that is I'm going to ease up on these and then take up on the other side. Yeah, so just keep smushing these shims over here to create more tension. Whoa, so close, a little more. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna call that. That frame is now perfectly square. Now, I think I'm gonna lock this in. Oh, I just finished nailed this here because I thought I was perfectly in place, and then I just realized I never checked to see if it was flush against the wall, and sure enough, this is a little bit proud. So hopefully I can just bang this over because it is just done with finish nails. Okay, that actually worked out really well. Easy. So we're locked in and we're square. Okay, I need to try to cut some of these off because I'm running out of shims. So let's see if I can do that without doing too much damage. All right, big guy, how'd it turn out?
Turned out good. I made each board long, so I've drawn 2 lines here to give us the full height of the door.
Got it. Yes, you just made it bigger than it had to be, and now we're gonna cut it to shape.
Yeah.
And we are going to try out the track saw. Yeah, so I am so excited about this tool because what I've been learning with construction is step 1 is get the materials, right? The right materials are half the job. And then you need to shape those materials to the exact dimensions that you need. And then you need to somehow fasten, secure, attach those materials. So it's really just 3 phases, right? Step 2 of shaping the material to the right shape can actually be really complicated. This track saw, the whole point is that it makes things a lot simpler and a lot easier to get perfect cuts. And all we gotta do is bring the track right up to the line, and we know that the blade will literally cut everything that's just off of the track. Yeah, so that's the other nice thing is that the bottom of this is all rubber, so it really resists moving once it's in place. We are going to start her up and go to town. Wow, that is a very smooth cut. Holy moly.
Good job. Flip
Okay.
around, do the other side.
Yeah, do the other side.
Great cut. Great, great cut. Like we knew what we were doing.
So next we are going to be cutting the trim pieces for the doors. And if you look at my dad's drawings here, you'll see that these are the trim pieces. So we got one on the bottom, the top, one on either side, and then these 3 fancy pieces here. So we're gonna be cutting those and dry fitting them now.
We just cut that shape out. It should work. I mean, that's good right there. Okay. Okay, this one's got to come down. Well, you take a look. I think it's perfect.
All right. Yeah, very nice.
Got ourselves a barn door.
Yeah, look at that. That looks beautiful. That's really cool, big guy. That's a really neat yet simple design.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, done for the day. We are all packed up, ready to go. Yeah, I'm just so beat, but I feel like we should sit here for a minute and appreciate the view. I don't really like sit and look at it much throughout the day. I'm so focused and working on whatever. There's a good chance to just sit here and enjoy it for a minute.
Now, I know our progress on the shed has been slow, but it's hard to overstate just how much I'm learning. Every skill we learn, every tool we acquire will make our dream of building our own home that much more of a reality. And along with building this shed, we're building a life here in this small mountain town, and I'm loving every minute of it. Another big thanks to Surfshark for sponsoring this video, and an even bigger thanks to our patrons. It's because of you guys that we're able to make these videos, so thank you so much.
And so this track saw, this track saw makes a lot of dust, but what it oh my gosh, I think I need to empty the
Is that full already?
Pause.